Alright, Beard Nation, this is Bearded Moose and I'm in the hoose. Today I'm going to build and tune this Alfa 33 Stradale, and then we're going to take it on the Le Mans Bugatti circuit basically. Excuse my stutterage there. And I will show you with my build and tune you can get in within the top 50 of the Rivals Hot Lap with this car. So let's get straight into it. It is a very tricky car to use. Right, so let's get straight into it. What we're going to do is we're going to give this sport fuel system, get its power right up. We're going to leave that standard actually, give it a sport exhaust, get an extra 13 horsepower, give it the race cam, we'll give it the sport valves if it wants to stop lagging. We'll leave that standard, we'll give it the sport pistons, and we will give it the street flywheel to decrease its weight. That will help us later on, you'll see. Now with the handling, we want to get this basically the maximum, because when we come to tune this, you want race and roll bars and good brakes. So I'm going to leave the full-on chassis because it just adds weight. We want to get as minimum weight as possible. That's it. Okay, reduce this weight. Right. We're going to leave the drivetrain. We don't really need that. I'm going to give it the aspiration conversion to a twin turbo, boost us right up with some extra horsepower, and that will enable us to give that to a sport twin turbo and give us some extra horsepower with the street intercooler. That will when we basically put on the tyres and everything, it will really help us give us race tyre compound. Obviously we want maximum grip, increase the tyre width again to help with cornering, same with the rear, and we're going to leave the tyres the alloys as they are. Will give us the front aero adjustable so we can adjust our downforce for our track. What you'll find with this car is it is very, very heavy in terms of oversteer when you go with the standard setup. So that's that. That's S800 now. Let's have a go to tune. Right. When I went to start tuning this, I noticed that immediately the front and rear tyre pressures were slightly too high on the standard. They're on 30, but the temperature goes to about 220 degrees, and what you really want is topping between about around 200 degrees, and you want the PSI not to go too high, as that if the PSI goes too high you'll lose grip, as you won't have the maximum contact patch on the surface. Now with camber it's set to -2 standard and -1.5 on the rear. What we're going to do is we're going to decrease the rear to -1 to increase our grip. Otherwise we want to get as maximum acceleration as possible. As you can see, we're at 4.7 seconds at the moment. Now toe, when I first started using this car without any tune set up, it was extremely lippy going into bends. So what we're going to do is increase the rear toe in, and that will basically stabilize our car into the bends, which is what we want, and through bends and out of bends and all sorts of malarkey. For the roll bars, I'm actually going to leave the front at 28.54. I want it quite stiff, but the rear roll bar is quite low. I'm going to put it up to 9.2-ish, let's say. Yeah, 9.2. Leave the front at 28.54, and basically if you want to tune your understeer and oversteer, this is your first point of call. You want to, if you've got a huge amount of oversteer, decrease your rear anti-roll bar stiffness. If you want to increase your increase understeer, you'll increase your anti-roll stiffness. But in this car, because we get a huge amount of oversteer as well, I want to give it a little bit of that understeer on the way out, to counteract that and get some traction. For the springs, now they were standard, they're very, very soft. But but what I'm going to do is 172. Oh, let's go 172, I think. We don't want them too stiff. We want, basically, because this car is a bit lippy, I want to, let's say about there, shall we? 172.7, and this one will increase the rate as well to 186. Yeah, 186.7. That'll do. Ride height, I'm going to decrease the rear in relation to the front, and that is because I know that actually increases our braking distance slightly, but well, not this doesn't, but we will in a minute. But especially going into bends, we need some more grip on the rear. We want to stop that oversteer. Alright, rebound stiffness is quite low already. What you'll find with this car is the rebound stiffness is too low on the rear. So the suspension is not acting quick enough to get back in contact with the road. So we're going to increase it on the rear. So basically, if that back even thinks about stepping out, the suspension will kick the tyre back onto the road fast enough to keep that grip. Bump stiffness, again, I'm going to increase for the rear. With the standard, we've got enough bump stiffness on the front. What we really need is on the back. Alright, I'm going to increase our front area to slightly more to give us some more turn in and grip in the fast corners, but the rear I'm going to give it full on downforce at 200. And this will really plant the car back in. Now this is actually what really helps. What you want to do is increase this to 55% for the front, and that is because when you brake into a bend, the back will, again, as I said, it oversteers and basically will kill you into a bend. So by shifting it to the front, hopefully we'll get some of that, we'll keep this car steady, and you'll see that. So I'm going to apply that setup, and we are going to go to the Le Mans Bugatti circuit. So I'm going to show you my lap time on Rivals at the moment on the Le Mans Bugatti circuit on the night race. There I am. I'm 72 in the world at the moment. If you want to do is I want to watch the replay. Right, so this is my replay on the Le Mans Circuit de la Sarthe. Currently 72nd in the world. It's a relatively fast time. Obviously I've got all the assists off, which helps. You've got ABS off, stability traction is off, I'm using manual with clutch. So yeah, right, this is my lap on the Le Mans Bugatti circuit with this car, using my setup that I just showed you on the build and tune. Obviously I'm using no assists, I've got the ABS off, stability traction is off, manual with clutch, and as you can see the car is really stable around the corners. Without this tune, this thing was going all over the place. I mean literally sideways, inside. I couldn't even go down to second gear in this car. So yeah, just watch if you want, or you can get on your FORZA, do my tune, and be #1 in the world. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing you can do, is just go and find me on the bloody leaderboards and just download my tune from there. As you can already see, to be honest, this tune still needs some fine tuning, as you've got some oversteer every now and then, which you guys can do. So let me know what you think. And I'll leave you to it. Peace!